Thank you for visiting Sunrise Tarot. Welcome. My name is Leah, and I am doing a reading for the sign of Virgo for the month of June 2020. Please remember, this is a general reading. There may be some parts that do not resonate with you. Please take whatever resonates and leave what does not resonate behind. So for the general reading for the sign of Virgo, we in the past position have here the Sun card, which is an incredible, wonderful, positive, amazing, beautiful, joyous existence. This is everything you want. This is kind of like paradise. The Sun is about clarity, it's about friendship, it's about truth. The Three of Cups here is, of course, a celebration of some kind, but it's a water card because cups represent water. So in the combination of the Sun and Three of Cups, some may suggest that there is a clash between the element of fire, which is the Sun, and Three of Cups, which is water. So fire against water, most people say fire will win, especially, if it's as powerful as the Sun. So together, it might suggest to me that there has been maybe a friend, a relative, someone that is keeping some kind of secret from you or sort of gossiping about you. And so that brings us to the challenging position in which we have Two of Swords and the Queen of Cups, which to me suggests very unable to be able to decide anything, because usually Two of Swords means there's some kind of a decision. The Queen of Cups is, of course, normally a positive card, but it also has to do with a lot of emotions. So together, the Two of Swords and the Queen of Cups suggests that there may be someone that is manipulating you. There may be someone that is being evasive with you. In combination with this past two cards, it looks like there may be sort of a troubled friendship. Maybe it's someone you work with that is your friend. Maybe it's like a friend of the family. I don't necessarily see love in this spread, but I do see an important relationship. It could be a friend. It could be, there are many people who are friends with coworkers. So I do see there might be something going on as far as like work related stuff. Because, the Queen of Cups in a negative position, like I have previously mentioned, tends to overlook things. She tends to be evasive. She tends to be manipulative. And, the Two of Swords could mean that, you're not doing as much as you should be doing to come out on top in this little conflict with a friend or a colleague that you may have. In the negative position, the Queen of Cups could also mean overindulgence, and this very much relates to the Three of Cups. This could also be about overindulgence, a little too much drink, a little too much drugs. But there's definitely some sort of conflict with a friend, and there's definitely some kind of overindulgence, maybe talking too much, gossiping too much, sharing too much. It could be something, but there is a clear disadvantage that you have in this challenging position. And when you move on to the present, you have the Knight of Pentacles, which suggests to me very, very slow moving energy, and a King of Cups. So although you have some conflict, you're moving in the right direction, but you're moving slow. You know, this combination suggests, it doesn't matter what it is, it could be a promotion at work, it could be a love interest, it could be anything, it's going to move slow. But that feels true to me, because Virgos, they are very, they consider a lot of details. They're over analytical. They're usually, Virgos are just, you know, wonderful, wonderful people to be friends with, wonderful people to work with. It's one of the most, I think it is the most successful sign in the zodiac. And so this spread definitely supports that, because I see slow moving energy as far as things in the past. And I also see somewhat positive energy. This is not a bad spread. But the present position, yes, you are moving in the right direction, but you are rather slow about it. The King of Cups here, you know, he has to sit on his throne. He's got to think about how he feels, what he needs, but he's more concerned about his feelings. And so weighing his feelings, he's moving forward rather slow. In the near future outcome position, we have the Hanged Man and the Two of Wands. The Hanged Man is, this is a card, wherever I looked, it is described by one word: martyrdom. Spirituality. This card describes a lot of spirituality as well. Remember, spirituality doesn't necessarily mean, you know, religious sort of perspective. It's not about, you know, going to church and reading the Bible and making sure you say your prayers before you go to bed. Spirituality can be sort of anything. It could be related to nature. It could be related to some kind of philosophy. It doesn't have to be religious, because many, I find, Virgos are actually not super religious, and are actually not, you know, don't often attend church and whatnot. Spiritual could be an awakening, you know. Spirituality has many different phases, and I don't think that it's fair to just describe it as religious. But the Hanged Man is a card of paradox. You know, he's not upright. He's hanging. It's a card of paradox, because it you know, many people describe it as you gotta let go of the power to have all the power. You have to sacrifice in order to win, you know. So it's a card of paradox. Some people say this light around his head is a halo. Others say it's an idea type of light behind his head, meaning he has come to some sort of realization. But again, we have Two of Wands over here, which suggests there's some sort of a choice, some option, something that, because this man holds the world in his hands, and he's got two wands standing. So normally this card is a card of choice, but it is in a clarifying position, and together with the Hanged Man, it suggests to me that you will be leaving. Leaving something, leaving someone, changing the way you think, letting go of ego. It could also mean that there might be some sort of a release that comes that makes things move in the right direction. It changes how you feel. So it's not that there's an ending, but there's a change of perspective for sure. There is a change, but it's sort of more like transformation rather than, the finality or something. It's still moving forward, but it's moving forward differently. It's like, driving in a car to point A and then getting into a train to get to point B. You're still moving in the right direction, but how you get there may be a little bit different. Let's see what the message from the universe card tells us. And it says, the key to prayer is to forget what I think I need. A lot of us in this crazy busy world think the same thing over and over and over. I think scientists have said that we have repetitive thoughts, 90,000 repetitive thoughts per day in each and of our head. What are we gonna eat? What are we gonna do? Did we finish that project? Did we pick that thing up from that place? Sometimes, especially as of late, with everything that has been going on, being able to train your mind, which is a muscle, so you can train it, to not think, because it needs a break. If there are some things that are confusing as far as the decisions that you have to make, the choices that you have to follow through on. Sometimes it's very important to clear your head, and the answer will come. And I think it kind of relates to this paradox, to this outcome situation. By letting go, you get what you want, what you need. This is very unusual for me to do, but I also drew a card from the Angel Ancestor Oracle card, and normally I only do that for weekly readings, but I wanted to sort of maybe see if I can clarify some of these cards. And so here it says, Magic Guardian, unlock the magic within. I think it definitely ties in with this card over here. And I just want to see, what is the meaning of the Magic Guardian? I have to look in my little book, which describes each and every card and their meanings. So the meaning for the Magic Guardian is, stop looking outside yourself and recognize that you have incredible power within. That's very difficult to do. Our mind naturally wonders, well, if I were treated better here, or if that person was kinder, or when you realize that the power is inside of you, you rally. And I think that's what the spread is calling for you to do. It's calling for you to rally your troops, and they are inside of you. Think positive. Remember to let go of that incessant worry thoughts. Magic is the energy of the universe that allows you to manifest and create through the direction and power of your will. It changes according to your frequency. I think this is a reminder that we are powerful as standalone human beings. We have amazing relationships. We have incredible ideas that bring security and financial abundance. We have, feelings of compassion and empathy. So if there's something you're struggling with, it's, the Magic Guardian is suggesting that you need to look inside of yourself, which is harder than it sounds. You are the magic. You are the answer. You have it all within you. If you have been searching for an answer or a reason, recognize it. All that you are is already inside of you. You're a powerful and magical person with the capacity to direct your intentions and will your desires into being. Some people might say, well, how am I supposed to will the desires into being? Are you insane? It requires mental focus. It requires mental training. There may be some just things that bother you really greatly. There can be things, especially Virgos, they're earth sign, they're very good people. And so if you do something, that hurts a Virgo, it can be really difficult to look inside of yourself and sort of ignore a person, that inflicted pain. But all of the power is inside of you, and you slowly start to manifest by slowly training your mind to believe that you can actually change whatever it is that you need to change. Your ability to dedicate yourself to a goal and make it happen is a real gift that you're being guided to recognize now. So you have an ability to dedicate yourself to a goal and follow through. And that is a gift. Not everyone can follow through on a goal. Not everyone knows what their goals are. Virgos are, in my opinion, the most successful sign in all of the signs. There's nothing Virgos can do. I know that because I've done business deals. I've worked in the legal field tremendously, and Virgos are always, I've also been married to a Virgo. I've known a few Virgos, great sign, who are actually very powerful. This is the reading for the sign of Virgo for the month of June. If you enjoyed this reading, please like, share, and subscribe. And I will see you next time. Thank you for visiting.